So it begins, guys. Breaking news from Gotograph. India will start testing its retail central bank digital currency, by the way, on Thursday in 4 cities with 4 banks, which is tomorrow. It has arrived, right? It truly is beginning. Here we go. We have been talking about these CBDCs how long ago, guys? Since 2020, right? And now it's coming into play. Not at all a coincidence that central banks are rolling out CBDCs at the same time, right? Isn't it crazy that while that's happening, don't forget about this. MasterCard, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, and others launch a 12-week experimental digital dollar pilot with the New York Fed, right? It begins. Look at this, guys. It begins. It truly has begun, right? A lot of people are talking about what? That this was all planned, basically. CBDC trials started as soon as FTX crypto exchange collapsed. Coincidence? Right? How it ends. Social credit scoring, inbound. So, there's a lot happening at this point in time. We stated it before, and let me say it again once more, guys, that the world is getting ready, right? And at the same time, the Ripple case is about to conclude as well, right? This all seems to be perfect, guys. Perfect timing, to say the least. Now, I believe they will truly collapse the system, guys. And when it does, it's going to happen overnight, right? But don't forget that the elites, the people who are in the know, are going to sell everything beforehand, guys. Are going to sell all their assets, right? So they're buying right now, if I'm not mistaken, to catch on, to get into the rocket ship for the pumpage that's about to take place, and then sell right before the collapse, right? So they're going to take advantage of all of this, guys. And they're going to be laughing towards the bank, right? While all the other people, while we the people, or the people that aren't invested into crypto assets or digital assets and the stock market, are going to get poorer, right? Why? Because of inflation. So do we see the game plan that's really taking place, guys? It's a crazy world we're living in. Look at this right here, guys. BlackRock Inc. CEO Larry Fink said most crypto companies will probably fold in the wake of FTX collapse. Wow. Quote, I actually believe most of the companies are not going to be around. End quote. Fink said Wednesday at the New York Times Dealbook Summit. What took you so long to come to that conclusion? Wait a minute. Brad Garlinghouse stated this back in 2019, guys, November 6th, if I'm not mistaken, right? Stop it. And now these people are talking about it as well, guys, that what? Zero, right? All these coins have to go away, guys. It's super simple. The coins that will survive will be the coins that they have chosen a long time ago, right? Which is what? XRP, not financial advice. And now, don't worry, while all that stuff is happening, look what European Central Bank just tweeted out yesterday. You can't make this stuff up. You just can't. You can't. Bitcoin's last stand. XRP will be the last coin standing, like we have been talking about for a while now. And look what they pointed out here, guys. Bitcoin's last stand, huh? Let's check this out, shall we? Or actually, never mind, it was today, early in the morning. But listen to this. So basically, we've seen what took place with Bitcoin's price. Bitcoin proponents, the seeming stabilization signals a breather on the way to new heights. More likely, however, it is an artificially induced last gasp before the road to irrelevance. Artificially induced, by the way, more like what? Manipulation, right? When Bitcoin went to 69K, and Elon Musk pointed that out as well, guys. Bitcoin at 69K and Ethereum at 420, right? $4,200. You can't make this stuff up, guys. Before the road to irrelevance, because Bitcoin has to go away, guys. It's truly simple. They're all the narratives, guys. We're talking about a bank stating this, guys. Bitcoin is rarely used for legal transactions. Another narrative to attack Bitcoin with, right? Legal transactions, right? Illegal activities and whatnot, guys, with Bitcoin. Again, all these narratives are attacking Bitcoin, but we have all the good, all the positive narratives with XRP. Do we not see what's happening? Right? Bitcoin was created to overcome the existing monetary and financial system in 2008. Oh, wow. And of course, they stated it, guys, right? People wanted out of the system, but wait a minute. People got back into the system even further beyond now with Bitcoin. It's actually just crazy, guys. And then you guys can see right here, Bitcoin has never been used to any significant extent for legal real-world transactions, right? Super simple, guys, super simple. Big Bitcoin investors have the strongest incentives to keep the euphoria going. Exactly. Wow, this is really a piece of art that is really attacking Bitcoin, right? Regulation can be misunderstood as approval. I'm not going to read the full thing, guys, but you guys can pause and check all of this out. It's also worth noting that Bitcoin system is an unprecedented polluter. First, it consumes energy on the scale of entire economies. Coin Club Quincy stated that Bitcoin cannot scale, guys, right, for the world. Why? Because of the energy issue. And guess what's happening now? An energy crisis. Bye-bye, Bitcoin. It was nice meeting you, right? But it's now time for XRP to take your crown. And XRP is about to, guys, when the digital era is here. Most likely outcome long term, Bitcoin chain will die. Proof of work itself, guys, right? We see the narratives at hand or at play. Listen to this from David Schwartz.
Call back again in to parallel decisions. But I also think fundamentally the idea that there's going to be one world currency is just hopelessly naive. I just don't see. And even if you do think that's going to happen, let's say you're a Bitcoin maximalist, Bitcoin, not the blockchain, but the asset. You think that Bitcoin is the be-all, end-all asset. Well, first of all, people are going to want to do all different kinds of things with that asset, and they'll need systems with different semantics. But also, we're not there today, right? 99.99% of the world's value is not in Bitcoin. And so we're going to need interoperability. We're going to need on-ramps and off-ramps. We're going to need all of the same things that the Bitcoin blockchain can't provide any of those. So there's still a lot of work to be done, not in the not right in the Bitcoin.
Sure.
There we go, guys. Remember, they have warned us of what's truly upcoming, right? Another thing that Chris Larsen stated that Bitcoin, they need to save Bitcoin. So what I believe will happen with Bitcoin is it's going to go down, right? With the proof of work narrative, all that stuff, with scalability issues, all that stuff, guys. Then they're probably going to save it with changing the code, right? As Chris Larsen stated. So it's interesting, guys. Interesting times up ahead. From the New York Times, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said at the Deal Book Summit that the collapse of the cryptocurrency exchange FTX was a quote-unquote Lehman moment for the crypto industry. This is an industry that really needs to have adequate regulations, guys, and it doesn't, she said. Wow, regulations inbound as well? All this happening at the same damn time.
I have strongly believed and continue to believe, and I think everything we've lived through over the last couple of weeks, but earlier as well, says this is an industry that really needs to have adequate regulation, and it doesn't. We have consistently urged that regulatory gaps be closed, and I think this experience with his firm or set of firms just couldn't provide a better illustration. These are very risky assets. The good piece of an explosion like we saw is that it hasn't spilled over to the banking sector. Banking regulators have been very careful about crypto.
There's no Lehman moment here for you.
It's a Lehman moment within crypto, and crypto is big enough that you've had substantial harm of investors, and particularly people who aren't very well informed about the risks that they're under.
Wow, guys, it's happening, right? The narrative keeps brewing. It's boiling in this pot, guys, and it's about to erupt. From what you grew, Justin, Texas orders Sam Bankman-Fried to appear in court for a hearing on February 2nd, 2023. Interesting stuff. Look at this. The FTX terms of service are very clear. All digital assets were to be held in users' accounts and not be used by FTX for any purpose. Wow, e.g. speculative investments, guys. There is no wiggle room. It's what I would call a grand problema for them. But wait a minute, guys. We know Sam Bankman-Fried is merely just a damn puppet, right? For the elites, for the narratives and agendas. I can assure you that Sam Bankman-Fried is going to be free, guys, right? I mean, look at him. Look at this, guys. Why? He's talking at the New York Times Deal Book Summit, by the way, right? It's a crazy time, guys, we're living in today. And then he states, FTX US is fully solvent and withdrawals could be opened up today. Oh really? Oh really? Sam Bankman-Fried. Besides all of that, what's happening with the Ripple lawsuit, guys? The parties have begun to file under seal their replies to the oppositions to the motions for summary judgment. The public redacted versions of the replies are due by Monday, December 5th, but it is possible we will see them sooner. So we see this, it's accelerating, right? When will this end? If not this year, guaranteed 2023, right? Most likely in the first quarter, right? But as we see from Flare Networks, this is happening as well. Flare has been in close conversation with the major exchanges to ensure people can receive their FLR tokens as soon as possible to January 9th, 2023. Here's the latest update. Guys, it's happening as we speak. I'm super excited. I can't hold it any longer, guys, because all this is happening, right? Look at this. The latest list of exchanges that will distribute FLR within 2 weeks of January 9th, 2023. Remember, if you haven't learned your lesson at this point in time, then I don't know, guys. But do not hold your cryptos in exchanges, right? But it does seem like all these exchanges will distribute FLR, so that's a good thing, right? Beautiful, guys. I mean, all this is happening, which is such a beautiful thing to see. Finally. Long term, maybe even medium term, nothing in the top 20 will make you as much money as XRP. Hate it, FUD it, get triggered by it, just don't miss it. Spend 5 minutes on Google and you'll see why. Top performer last bull run, and they have been, and they have done nothing but build, right? Exactly, guys. 2017 bull run was insanity. The return on investment for XRP, and that was without utility. Stop it. Guys, I'm super excited. Not financial advice. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. So please, basically, guys, see ya.